Same scenario, but somebody on the Medicare Advantage plan goes to the doctor, right? What does their experience actually end up looking like operationally, and what tends to happen when they need something significant, like a surgery or going to see a specialist?
I can tell you what it should be like if the right legwork has been done up front, ensuring that providers that person sees regularly are contracted with that plan or in the network is the terminology for it. It should be very smooth. They're going to make an appointment with that provider, depending on how far out that provider's booked, of course, the same type of a deal. And they're going to go there and see him, hand him the card. And then they're going to pay their copay, right? Whatever it is amount that they're going to owe. And they're going to get that service done. Now, if it's something bigger, you start looking at maybe an outpatient surgery, right? Maybe an MRI, some screening being done. You may need to have a prior authorization done. The doctor may need to submit some documentation to the insurance company and say, hey, I think that Glenn needs to have this done because of X, Y, and Z, and here's the medical reasons, and just get that submitted and get it approved before they can actually complete that service.
So it still sounds like it's a relatively smooth process overall, provided everything is done the right way. Who controls that? Who controls whether things are done the right way or not?
A lot of times the person at that transfer point, if you will, or kind of the connector is going to be the billing person, that provider's office. So they're going to need to, if there's a prior authorization needed, they're going to need to submit the documentation and make sure that documentation is correct. So we talked about previous episodes, make sure that's submitted to the insurance company. And if it's not correct, it can result in denial, delays in that processing, which oftentimes, human nature is to kind of self-preserve. If that ends up happening, that person's typically going to point the finger.
Right.
Typically not going to say, hey, I did wrong. I dropped the ball. They're going to blame somebody else, like the insurance company, typically. But again, if things were done up front, making sure that plan works based on that person's set of doctors they see, prescriptions that they're getting, they should have a relatively smooth process